Hey everybody, welcome back to the Two Dudes Talking Motorcycle podcast. My name is Mitch. You can follow me on Instagram at Meech to the Beach.
And my name is Gleb, and you can follow me on Instagram at GlebLapham.
And we also have the podcast socials at TDT Motorcycles. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, pictures of your bikes, you can also email us at tdtmotorcycles@gmail.com.
And today we are going to be talking about first we're going to start off about the new KLE 500, the Kawasaki KLE 500 that I think we briefly mentioned in the last episode that Kawasaki announced and released, blah, blah, blah. Briefly touch on that. And then we're going to talk about some bikes that we got to ride earlier today. Well, the day we're recording this episode, which we had a lot of fun with.
What a good day,
There's
honestly.
a few things to share. Yeah, it was nice 65 degrees outside today, sunny, dry. So it was nice to be able to get a couple of first-time bikes ridden right at the end of riding season, basically. Yeah. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. And let's start off with the Kawasaki.
KLE 500. We have, so there is the two models. Excuse me. But I guess we'll go over the standard first. Is that what you wanted to?
Yeah.
This is the SE. I guess we'll go over the SE first since we're on this page.
It's got both of them. So all this info is from the ADV Pulse. They're a really good website for pretty much all the adventure motorcycle / gear stuff that I personally really like to get information from. So basically the KLE 500 is powered by looks like a 451cc parallel twin. And it's meant to be kind of like that entry level.
It's a lighter, small. Yeah. It's a small bike,
like an entry level adventure bike, basically. And this is kind of sits beneath their KLR 650, because the KLR is just like a tractor, single twin thumper, go anywhere.
Piston.
Bike, but it's above there. And I'm not even sure if they still have the Kawasaki the Versus 300. Because I remember they had that as their super light, beginner friendly adventure bike. Because I test rode one of those before I even bought my first bike, and I was not too big on the engine of it because it was like a Ninja 300 motor, and you need to rev that thing up so high to even get the bike to move. So I was like, I don't really like how this feels. Yeah. So this one is 451cc parallel twin. It does come in two varieties. There's the KLE 500 ABS, and then there's the special edition KLE 500 SE ABS. That's what the SE stands for. And for the most part, they're pretty much the same.
Yeah, the engine is, a little 500. You're probably really good for a brand new rider itself, just in the size itself. But 51 horsepower, 32 foot-pounds torque.
And that's unofficial numbers because it is it is a Ninja 3 or 500 engine, and that's what it's tuned to on the Ninja 500. Kawasaki has not released the official engine specs for this bike yet, but it's probably going to be around in that ballpark, unless they tune it a little different. So there might be a little bit of tweaks, but that's what the engine is based on.
Well, I'm willing to bet everything with this bike put on is going to weigh a little bit more than the Ninja 500.
Probably.
So it might be a little less, but
because it does have the skid plate on it, it does have hand guards. If you get the SE model, it's got the metal hand guards on it. Mm-hmm. They do have a press photo of it with a crash bars on it.
Oh yeah, even
protection,
more weight
but
on.
but I don't know if that's stock or if that's something they just have put on the press bike, and as for just the promotional photos.
I'm sure they'll sell it to you for a good price.
Oh, 100%. And it is meant to be an on/off-road bike, but there's a few quirks people were very quick to point out on it. So first, it does have your standard 21-inch front wheel, 18-inch back wheel. So sounds good so far. It's got pretty decent suspension travel on it's 8 something inches on the front, and then
8.3
8.3 inches on the front, and then 7.9 inches on the back. But it's only got 6.9 inches of ground clearance.
Yeah, so
which for an adventure off-roady bike is kind of low.
Well, if you're doing say you got that bike and you're doing an adventure, you're gonna have gear and your luggage and stuff loaded on there.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, and plus they have not mentioned adjustability.
Yeah, they.
So
Yeah,
I don't know if you can
if it's
tune
adjustable or not,
or you can preload it or whatnot. So
yeah,
but with that ground clearance, that's interesting.
it's kind of funny because like there's clips of it being like jumped and going over like rough terrain and stuff, but I'm like picturing, I was like, oh, that's kind of really close, like really close.
You
to the
watch
ground.
it come down, you're like, ooh.
Yeah, it kind of like wince a little bit because they're like, it's very close to the ground there.
Yeah.
And I can't remember how much my Tiger has. I mean, we're talking about two very different levels of bikes here, but I think my Tiger has like 9 point something inches of ground clearance.
Yeah.
And the suspension to match it, which makes sense because I don't remember if I ever like scraped the bottom of my bike on anything. But I'm also a tall, heavy dude, and I tend to overpack. So
yeah,
like I don't want any less ground clearance than I already have.
Yeah.
But 6.9 inches or 6 point however many inches seems very low for an adventure bike.
Yeah.
Like even my Outback has more ground clearance than that. And that's a Subaru.
Right. Yeah, I know exactly, huh?
Like, so I don't know. It's just kind of a weird. I don't know if it was like a compromise on something or just like a weird design decision to kind of make it like that. But I'm sure it still will be a fine bike to ride, especially if you're just getting into motorcycling or if you want to do like dabble a little bit and off-road and maybe just take it on like
fire trail, like
fire roads, like super simple gravel roads or graded roads. That I still think it will handle that just fine. And it does have a 17-inch rear instead of an 18-inch. I think I said 18 there.
I think you did too there, but I think it's for smaller bike too, being a smaller adventure bike, 4.2 gallon fuel tank is what they're claiming on that one.
With an engine that small, I'd probably get great gas
mileage.
It'd
be fine, honestly.
Because my CB500 got like, I don't know, 60 plus miles per gallon.
Right.
Easy.
Yeah.
And it had about the same like
fuel size.
It had about the same fuel tank. I really love that little Honda.
Yeah,
it was such a good little bike.
Yeah, right. It's a good little one. So I was wondering before we recorded, like, what has better clearance and suspension travel?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I can't remember how much the CB500X has, and I think it's probably different now than the one I had because now they
have the upside down shocks on it now. It's like what the NXB or whatever they're calling
NC or NX500.
Yeah,
that's what it's called now, and they have dual brakes on it now. They have upside down forks. I think the wheel sizes are still the same, but they definitely did a lot of new stuff with like the suspension and just like the drivability of it. So I think, I'm not sure compared to mine, I'm not sure how the ground clearance is on that.
Yeah. Well, there's one little section here from the site too, what they're claiming, right? Like with the fuel tank, it's designed to be slim, for better control, seated under, but shaped to not extend too far down to preserve clearance. I don't know what that means. Like, it's so high up, your ground clearance is already so, I don't know. But.
Yeah. But that's one of the things that obviously does list on, even on their website, is that the shape of the gas tank is meant to be like for that off-road riding position, the standing position. So you're able to really scoot up towards the front of your bike to be more aggressive on it. But I don't know how aggressive people are going to ride it. It does come stock with a skid plate, which is nice on both the trims of it. And then the SE trim, I think power, engine, and chassis / brakes, suspension, like all the stuff on that is pretty much the same between the two models. But the SE does come with a TFT screen versus an LCD. And then it does come with the metal hand guards.
Metal hand guards and the higher windscreen, I believe, too.
Yes, that too. The higher windscreen as well. And then everything else is about the same. But what is nice, though, is you can toggle the ABS on and off. So that's always nice for off-roading. And I didn't see anything about it having off-road. Not off-road, like traction control.
I think I think it was just ABS.
Okay.
I believe.
And the rear suspension does have preload adjustment.
Okay, so we can at least do that part with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So at least it's got that, but yeah, we just wanted to talk about it real quick because on the last episode we kind of mentioned it.
Yeah.
Just in passing.
It does look kind of silly, like not silly, but you got that giant 21-inch front wheel and that itty bitty 17 in the back.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty standard.
It
though,
is. Yeah, I mean, with ours like being 18.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah. I don't know.
But the ground clearance is probably like out of all the bikes, that's like the comments on their page, the posts on Reddit and stuff. That's what everyone likes pointing out. The ground clearance just being a little on the low side for like an off-road bike.
They could just like move the engine up there a little bit.
Yeah, just like tuck it in a little bit. But I still think like it's nice to have options for a beginner, like a beginner motorcycle, just for it's always good to have.
Feels easy
more bikes.
entry points.
Yep.
For price
people
and
wanting
stuff.
to start.
Yeah, 6,600 for the standard and 7,500 for the SE.
And they have not announced the weight figures yet, so I think that will be really like the big the number to look at because they haven't released the horsepower figures yet either. So it just kind of depends on how much it weighs with all the stuff on it, and then also how much power it actually has when it's released.
Yeah, and they did take time to say their frame was only 42 pounds, 41.8 pounds. So
yeah.
Now we'll just have to see how much it all weighs put together. So,
pretty much.
Yeah.
But it's always nice to have a little extra options on the market. And I feel like that's kind of like the segment where a lot of people tend to start out. So it's nice to have that beginner friendly option or another beginner friendly option in the market, at least in the ADV space.
Right.
I think some of the competitors for this could be like the Himalayan, the 420. That's kind of like I don't know if a favorite, but that's a pretty well-known bike at this point and known for going pretty far.
Yeah.
Then the NX500 from Honda, which, I mean, Honda, I loved my CB500X, the predecessor to it, and that was a great little bike.
You're hearing lots of good things, too, about like the CF Moto, the Ibex 450.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, that seems to be kind of up there. And then you also got like the KTM 390 Adventure, which is an absolute like kind of a beast of a bike.
It's a good package. Yeah,
it's a really good package and stuff. Maybe a little bit less power, but KTM's got that off-road pedigree, and I think it's a dope looking little bike.
Yeah,
KTM 390.
We should see if we need to try out some of these small like level entry level bikes to try out and stuff.
It's been a while because we've been trying a lot of bigger and more expensive bikes. And should we jump into that?
Yeah, we've been riding bikes that we cannot afford.
Yep, exactly. Before we jump into it, if you want to support the show, support the podcast, feel free to visit our Revzilla affiliate link down in the description below. It doesn't hurt, doesn't cost you anything extra, but if you're already buying some stuff, it does give us a little bit of a kickback. Or if you're not planning on buying anything, feel free to send us some money on buymeacoffee.com. We really appreciate your help, and thank you for listening, and let's jump in.
Let's do it. Yeah.
So we rode 4 different bikes today. In the order I rode in. So we had the Ducati Panigale V2S. Was it the S?
Yeah.
Okay. The
Pretty
V2S.
Sure. Yeah.
Then it was a Ducati Diavel V4.
Yep.
And then Husqvarna Norden 901. And then a Goldwing. So it's a little bit of a variety of bikes here today. And the main reason is because I wanted to pop into Eurosports Utah. The guys just set us up with most of our rides that we do.
All the rides, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much all the rides. So Morgan and Jesus down there, they're amazing, and they're always happy to like let us try out some of the bikes that they have, especially if there's demos available. Also, thanks to Jay from the BMW side of the dealership for setting us up on the Husky and the Goldwing as well. So should we start with the Ducatis?
Yeah, I think we should.
Okay. The Panigale V2, you had a chance to ride one of those a few months back, right?
Not too long ago. Yeah, it was like I think I mentioned it briefly on the solo episode that I had to do.
Yeah.
Or it might have been before that, but I got on it and was like, oh, this game, like I like this bike so much more than the V4. I remember mentioning that. It was just like it's way more playful on the road.
100% agree.
Not just playful though, like scary fast playful.
Oh, it's absolute bonkers of a bike.
So
My favorite thing is I absolutely love the V2. Like the Panigale V2, I would buy that bike. I had such a blast riding it, and it's because the smaller engine I feel like allows you to really open it up a lot more. Because when we tried out the V4S a while back,
scary
I think last year, it's scary fast, and you're not even using like a quarter of the power.
I don't think I
that it
had any
has.
reason to even try to get out of third gear.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure I even got into I can't remember if I got into third gear in that one.
Like just riding on the street, even if we were to like take it out on the highway and stuff, you're not going to be using like
that
even
bike is
half
meant,
the power of that bike. That bike I feel like is meant to be like out on the track, like really being pushed, because that's what it kind of likes to do. But the V2, you can push it a little bit more. It's still a hell of a fast bike. And I feel like if you're just doing purely street riding, that's all you need, really.
Honestly. Well, you can even go take that thing to the track and just rip.
Oh, absolutely.
You know? Like, yeah.
But that's what I think makes it more fun, is because you have, it's not as powerful, but you can really open it up. You can rev it out. You can go through the gears without like, I mean, you're already breaking speed limits at that point.
Well, we don't
easily.
do that. We don't do that ever.
Never. But it's still a really, really fast bike. And just like opening up the throttle on it felt like such a thrill. And it's a pretty aggressive riding position. It's fully tucked in, but it makes it easy to tuck in. You tuck in and you just feel the wind rush past you, and
you're just a part of the bike.
Boom, you're going illegal speeds.
No, you're not. We always follow the law on this show.
We do, but you might be going illegal speeds.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe. We're not the police. But I had such a blast riding that bike. And I do love the Ducati TFT. It is very nice. It still doesn't beat the BMW out for me quite, but it's just quick, snappy, responsive, and I love the amount of riding modes it has, and it does have gives you the ability to kind of like fine tune them as well, which is pretty much all their bikes do at this point, at least all their bikes in that price bracket.
Yeah.
I loved it. And it's got that beautiful Ducati red. It's got those sweet looking headlights, and this one had an aftermarket exhaust on it.
Yeah, they both did.
And it sounded absolutely phenomenal. I just love the little like crackles and pops, and
I like the design of that, how it splits off into the two things and hanging off the back of the tail there.
Yeah,
like those
it looks so good, and it sounds amazing, and it kind of makes me miss having like a twin engine on my bike, because it's got those pops and stuff that you kind of don't get on the triple, at least on my Tiger. I really enjoyed that bike, and that you got to ride it twice now.
Yeah, and the second time was even better, and it was just loved it. I don't know, like we were taking it back, and it doesn't take a lot for a bike to put a smile on my face, but but holy cow, I don't think I've ever smiled so hard after riding the Panigale V2 and the V4 for the Diavel.
Yeah,
because holy hell,
the Diavel. So this one that we rode, it was a used bike, so it wasn't brand new. The Panigale was a demo, so it was brand new, like demo bike.
The 2025 V2S, you can buy one off the floor. Yep.
But the Diavel was a used bike that they had as a trade, and they told us to go and check it out. But this bike was a little extra special because, one, it had a tune on the ECU that bumped up the power of it beyond what it normally has.
Yeah.
And then it also had like the full carbon package. So not only did it have like carbon frame or carbon body panels, it actually had carbon wheels, which is absolutely insane. And it had the aftermarket $7,000 Akrapovic
like they're
exhaust.
And that's reported, like what Morgan told us, it shaves off like 30 pounds off the bike from the stock one.
So it's a big bike. It's not a very light bike, but all those little changes significantly lighten the load.
It's so flickable.
And with how much power it has, holy shit, this thing felt absolutely insane.
Well, and my words for it was, I think that Diavel, like with everything, that package on that bike, I was like, this might be like one of my favorite road bikes. Like, so much fun.
It felt like you're just on this like super tuned like muscle car.
Honestly,
it's just like, it sounded good. It was insanely fast. It was insanely quick and super responsive.
Yeah.
And honestly like a little terrifying just because of how much power.
Well, they even told us
It
before they
has.
take off, they're like, "Hey guys, actually, but seriously, be careful."
Be a little careful on this because it's got a lot of it kicks. It's got a punch to it, and it was a ton of fun.
Mm-hmm.
It was a ton of fun to ride. I mean, going back and forth between like the Panigale and then hopping over to the Diavel, it felt like such a stark change because you're sitting in the Panigale and it's like really tucked in position. It's like such a small little compact bike.
Mm-hmm. Well, it feels like
a
you're
little
so
baby.
like high up and forward
Yeah.
over it, you know?
Yeah, you're kind of like ass up, like head down.
Yeah. Sport
And
bike
then-
riders sort of like, well, duh.
Yeah. And then the Diavel is, I mean, the exact opposite. It's got a bigger plushier seat.
Muscle
which
cruiser.
I do think the Diavel has a really comfortable seat. I really like the seat, and it's got this giant 4-cylinder V4, and it's heavier, and it's just muscly, and it's got so much power to it that
It was just gorgeous. And like what I loved about the seat too is like, cause you feel the bike, it's a very powerful, alive bike.
Yep.
But you're giving it some throttle, you're driving, or however you're driving legally fast, maybe,
Yeah.
And I didn't feel the vibrations in the seat at all.
No, it was a very smooth engine, despite like it being tuned, despite like the aftermarket exhaust and things like that.
It
felt
yeah.
really comfortable to sit on, and like the vibrations were already minimal.
Yeah, especially in the ass and stuff. There was like nothing. I didn't even feel it in the foot pegs.
Nope.
They did a really good job.
It was a very smooth engine. The V2 I found to be a little bit more vibey,
Yeah.
but I also
Makes
feel
sense.
like that kind of gives it a little bit more charm.
Yeah, well, also it's that
little
thinner,
more
smaller
character.
seat.
Yeah.
Because, the Diavel basically is just a muscle cruiser. So
Yeah,
yeah.
it's meant to be for cruising, little long highway rides and stuff.
That's why I loved it.
But-
If I had that thing, man, oh my God, that thing's beautiful.
But between the two bikes, I would take the Panigale.
Yeah.
Just because I found it just such a blast to ride.
Yeah.
The TFTs on them were both the same. I think the Diavels made them in a little bit bigger.
Yeah, pretty sure.
And then I think they both have cruise control. I'm not sure if the Diavel had heated grips or not, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did.
I'm pretty sure it did, but yeah.
The Panigale did not have heated grips, but it did have cruise control, which was kind of nice.
Yeah. I'm with you though. I think I would pick the V2, the Panigale V2S. But
because for me, it's more of like, okay, I already have like a bigger, heavier bike.
Yeah.
That's for like touring and going long distances. I mean, that's two very different bikes. But if I had to pick, like if I could only pick one between the two, it would be the Panigale V2.
Yeah.
Because the Panigale, I think, is one of the most beautiful looking bikes out there. And I absolutely
we were
love
driving
how it
past.
looks.
Yeah, when we were driving past like one of those buildings that had all the windows on it, and when I was on the Panigale, and I just happened to look over, I'm just like, oh, I look good on this bike.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a beautiful looking bike. I mean, most Ducatis are.
No, yeah. Well, that Diavel, because I was riding behind you when you were on the Diavel, and like that big, massive tire on that like that single arm, single side swing arm and everything.
It looks so good.
Gorgeous bike. And then on the exhaust side too, you can just see them.
Yep.
Oh, just yeah.
And I really liked both of them, but that Panigale V2 felt a little extra special.
Yeah,
it felt so good.
It felt good. It's a lot of fun, but
Yeah.
like if I did want to take like something for like a road ride, have a road focused bike, like that Diavel was.
And then,
but at the same time, maybe what would be kind of cool to see is Triumph make the Rocket 3 in carbon fiber.
That would be insane. But also like, so now I've ridden like pretty much every model of Ducati except the Street Fighters, both the
And
V2
the Hyper,
and the V4, and the Hyper Motard.
Yeah.
So those ones as well. But like the
we haven't ridden their Sport Tour, their
Super Sport.
Super Sport, yeah.
Yeah, that too. Okay.
Yeah.
But I remember riding the Multistrada V2. So that one has the same engine as the Panigale V2, I believe. And that one I really liked as well. It also felt like, obviously it's a bigger, heavier bike, but it also still had that like Ducati pep to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it felt like it was so responsive and so quick off the line. That's the same thing that I got with the Panigale V2, but like even more.
Yeah.
Just because it's such a much smaller and lighter bike.
Yeah. I didn't.
Bring this down. My batteries.
I didn't ask like what the service was like on that V2S motor.
I didn't ask either.
But well, yeah,
I know on the Multistrada V2, I believe it's like 30,000 miles
Yeah.
for the valve check, and then like 10,000 I think for the oil change, which is pretty awesome. I'm glad. I feel like we're seeing more and more bikes kind of have like those larger service intervals than we used to.
Yeah.
Which I think is very great. I wouldn't be surprised if it's less on the Panigale than on the Multistrada, because it's it's a different kind of bike.
Yeah. No, I'm sure it would be a little different. And
What was the starting price on that?
starting price for the V2S? Yeah, 19.5. Yeah, 19.6 really.
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean,
not a cheap bike, but
my God,
it'd be totally worth it. If you could find one used, like,
yeah,
it would be such a blast to have that.
Yeah, I was gonna see if I could quickly find like the service interval, but
Let's look at the specs though, real quick.
oh yeah,
We haven't talked about those.
Oh, there you go.
So the specs for it's an 890cc displacement, pumping out 120 horsepower and 69 pound-feet of torque. And do they have the weight listed on here?
I think they do the dry weight or wet weight no fuel. That's what
wet
they
weight
do.
no fuel is 388 pounds. So add about like another 30 pounds for fuel there. So about like 400-ish, 410 pounds, 120 horsepower.
Yeah,
It's a blast. It's an absolute blast to ride. I
love
had such a fun time with it. 5-inch TFT. It's got the quick shifter was awesome.
actually though, yeah. It cycled through really quickly, really nicely.
Yeah.
And the Diavels too. It was really
the Diavels
smooth.
as well. The Diavel, what I really liked about it, so it does have a 9,000 mile
That's not
oil
bad.
service and then
Yeah.
28,000 mile valve clearance check, which is actually
That's pretty good.
solid.
Yeah.
And on the Diavel, what I really like, when you switch into first gear, it's got such like a
It's like we're going.
like it like lunges forward a little bit and like lets you know like, all right, I'm ready to go. The Panigale was a little bit more gentle, but still it's just like
it's
But the Ducati quick shifters have been like my favorite ones of all the bikes we've tried.
yeah.
Because they feel both up and down. They feel so responsive and they're just so smooth. You don't feel like this weird like jerk happening or like a little lurch or anything like that. It's just
Yeah.
like you're just popping through those gears. And then downshifting is always fun with the quick
Yeah.
shifter because you're like,
Then you get those pops
Yeah.
even more as you're
Little
slowing
pops.
down.
and it sounds so good. I absolutely loved it. I would not say no to this bike at all.
No, I wouldn't say no to both of them if I had the
Very
means
true.
to. But yeah, like
yeah.
I could see myself having a lot of fun on the V2. If I
It's
own
got
that bike.
all-in suspension, both front and back, and they are fully adjustable.
And that's just on the V2S, I believe.
The V2S, and then just the V2, fully adjustable on the rear, and on the front, but it's a Marzocchi on the
Yeah.
on that one. Okay, and a Kayaba monoshock on the back on the V2. So all-ins on the V2S, Marzocchi on both front and back, and then Marzocchi on the front, and then Kayaba monoshock on the back on just the V2.
Yeah, and I think I wonder what the price difference is for the V2 to V2S. Let's quickly look at that too, since we didn't take that note. V2, 16.5.
So you're saving $3,000. But
Yeah.
honestly, I would just jump up to the V2S at that point. I don't know. I'm sure they're both would be really fun to ride.
I think it just means I need to go back and try both again.
Maybe. But those are the two Ducatis. The Diavel V4. I'm not sure how much horsepower it did. They didn't mention it, but
I forgot what year
it wasn't the stock.
that we
It was a
rode.
23.
Okay, 23.
I think it was a 23 or 22. But
Yeah.
Eurosports USA does have it listed on their website for like $32,000 for that one, which really makes sense with all the carbon fiber stuff on it.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't have like the exact figures on it just because it's all the stuff was
all the stuff done to it. We couldn't plus the tune. I don't know. Yeah, but
it was still a super fun bike to ride.
So much fun.
Should we move on to the other two?
Let's get to the more the more affordable ones, I guess.
Yeah, the Goldwing's not.
Well, the
It's
Goldwing,
pretty up there in price.
Yeah, it is, but it's also like 3 times the bike of the V2.
So the other two that we rode was the Norden 901, the Husqvarna Norden 901, and then the Honda Goldwing.
Honda Goldwing. This is the 50-year anniversary one. that we rode. Yeah,
nice.
I forgot what year that one was too, but
but the Goldwing has I think it's an 1800 cc.
Yes.
Engine, and the Husqvarna is like I think it's like an 890 cc or something like that, similar to the KTM.
It should be the same motor,
give or take a few.
Right?
Yeah, it is. So it's the exact same motor.
Yeah.
So the reason I tried out the Husqvarna Norden 901 is because that's one of the bikes that I potentially am kind of considering maybe swapping my Tiger out for, even though I love my Tiger, but after like seeing the kind of off-road features that they have on the Norden 901 or like the KTM 890 that Emerson has, like it really kind of put the bug, like the little idea in my head. I'm just like, damn, I really like those features. And I kind of wish my bike also had something like that as well. The big one being able to switch like riding modes while moving, having the adjustable levels of like traction control.
Yeah.
Having, that's pretty much it. Having like the little extra off-road, and then they had like the Explorer on the Husky like riding modes. That
there's like not much you can say that's bad about like the WP suspension too.
No, the suspension, I mean, I only rode it on road, so I don't know how it feels like off-road. I did go up like on a curb and kind of drop down, but that's not really like a good representative of what it exactly could do. But it is adjustable suspension.
Very easily adjustable.
The front doesn't have preload adjustment, but it did have compression and rebound, and the rear is preload adjustable.
Yeah,
but I think rebound or compression, one of the two settings, or it might be fully adjustable. I'll have to double check on that. Yeah. But the reason that I wanted to try is because, like I said, it's a contender for potentially swapping my Tiger over to it. And I really did like this bike, and it was pretty much fully loaded. It had the quick shifter, had the heated grips, it had the optional like Explorer mode, which is the rally mode on the KTM. So it had like the big tech package. It had the quick shifter on it installed.
Yeah.
So whoever bought this bike, I only had 1,800 miles on it, so it's basically new. Yeah. Even though it did look a little bit more worn, there like the windscreen had like a few swirly marks. It was
an outside bike, I'm sure. So
yeah, maybe they didn't clean it quite as well and stuff like that. But I'm sure with a little good cleaner applied to it, looked brand new.
Yeah.
But it had like racks on it. It had the crash bars up front. So it was pretty much like fully equipped. It's ready to go.
Yeah, it's ready to go. I would like
the rack on the back. So I really liked it. I think the Norden design is pretty fun as well.
Yeah.
But compared to my Tiger, so I did feel like it was more peppy and more nimble because it is a lighter bike than my Tiger. But what I think Triumph does really well, and really like Triumph, I feel like BMW and Ducati do a little bit better than like KTM and Husky, even though they're all European bikes, is the fit and finish on the Triumph just feels like so much, like everything just feels a little tighter. Like the
refined,
buttons, the buttons even feel like a little bit more, a little less mushy, I guess.
Mushy is a good way to put it.
They're fitting their spots a little bit better.
Yeah.
And then the KTM just kind of had like, or not the KTM, the Norden just kind of had like a little bit more rattles here and there to it, which doesn't necessarily mean it's bad.
No.
Because my bike, even my Tiger rattles, like one of the plastic side panels rattles a little bit if I'm accelerating, just because, I don't know, it's not quite as tight as it could be.
Gotcha.
But my bike has 20,000 miles on it versus the Husky that had 1,800 on it.
Yeah.
So it's just some of these little details where I'm just like, the Triumph just feels like
it's just
everything's like
finish
stuck together a little bit better. But I do think the Husky had better performance than my bike. Even though I had like a pretty short time of riding it, I would love to like be able to take it for like a long extended ride. But yeah, like standing up on it felt pretty good. It felt super similar to my Tiger in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But I could feel like the lighter weight and the nimbleness of it a lot more compared to my Tiger.
Yeah. One thing I would note, like with that Norden, one thing I noticed too is like the foot pegs. Like one, they're obviously the stock standard small ones, but like even like the shifter is like so tucked in. You have to get your foot in like almost. You almost gotta like twist your ankle inward to get to the shifter.
I noticed that, and I don't remember if Emerson's is like that on the KTM.
I don't know.
I did notice that it's almost like it's like half the length of the shifter that I'm used to on
Well, I
the
don't
Tiger.
think what doesn't help for me with that too is because you got that gas tank up front and low, and then that seat is so wide that like it goes in like this as it goes down.
Yeah.
So you got to really tuck my foot in, but that's just like a
you just get used to it like after a minute. It did have a quick shifter, which was really nice. You do kind of feel like that little lurch. I think it's good, especially going from like first to second or second back to first. While quick shifting. But that's just quick shifters in general.
Yeah, like what I said once I got back on it, because I've also ridden that Norden before as well. And when I got on this one again, and it's just like I told you, it's like this almost feels like a toy.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's a bad thing for an adventure bike because it's like I can just rip on this thing. And
And I remember like once we hit kind of like because we're on the road, I had like a couple of twists to it. Here, there. I was just like, oh wow, this feels very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like I can really lean into this thing, and it felt really good. So I don't know. I'm like so on the fence because I really liked it, but it didn't like fall in love with it immediately.
Right.
I feel like if I were to like swap over, there would be some things I miss on the Tiger. But there was also a lot of things that I would gain on the KTM.
Norden.
Or on the Norden.
Husky.
Yeah. Virtually same bike.
Yeah, like, literally the same bike.
My other quirk with it that I had was the fact that like it had heated grips, but you have to go through like 4 layers of menus just to like get to them. You can select a couple of buttons to be like quick select, but it's still just kind of like one of those things where it's a little annoying where
why can't you make a switch?
Yeah, like both of our Triumphs, like the handlebars on the left side, you just have like a tiny little button that
most bikes that have heated grips have that. Yeah,
controls the heated grips. You don't have to dig through the menus or anything like that. So it's kind of annoying that that's there. I mean, you do have the little shortcut you can set, but it's like, wow, it would be nice to use that shortcut for something else too. And to get to like the motorcycle, and maybe there's a shortcut that I'm missing or something. Maybe there's something that I'm missing where I don't have to like, because it has like the switch gear on the left side, and it's basically like up, down, back, and then set. Yeah. So you hit set, and it opens up like the menu on the screen. And then you go to motorcycle, and that's there where you can switch your riding modes, you can switch your traction control, you can switch your ABS, you can switch your all the different features, including the heated grips, and they're not even at the top of the list. You have to scroll all the way down, and you can't scroll up to go down. Like it doesn't cycle through. You have to go all the way down, hit heated grips. You hit the heated grips. It goes into the heated grips menu. Then you select the level of heat you want. Then you have to hit set again. You can't just back out. You have to hit set again, and then it saves. And then even if you do set the shortcut, you hit like I put on the down arrow. So you hit down. It goes into it opens up the heated menu, but then you have to select the grips, you have to select the level and hit set again. And then I don't know if it eventually automatically goes back to like your like gauge cluster, like your main screen with your speed and your tack. Yeah. Or because I had to hit like back 3 times for it to go back to the main screen. So it's just kind of like an annoying thing for a feature that should be like readily accessible. Yeah. But you can also switch riding modes while moving, and Triumph can't do that for some damn reason. Yeah. So a little bit of a trade-off, you know? Yeah. I do like the screen on it. It's simple. It's basic. It gives you all the information that you need. It's significantly smaller than the Tiger, but it feels like it shows the same amount of information and the same, and also a really good layout. I didn't notice when I was riding it, I didn't notice that it had like a gear indicator. Not that that's like an issue because you got 6 gears figured out, you know? But like at the same time, like, because I'm so used to having a gear indicator, I just like look down like, oh yeah, I don't need to remember it. It's, you know, but with this one, I was like, oh, I need to like, what gear am I in? I couldn't locate it. Did it? Okay. Yeah. I just couldn't see it. So no. I think it took me a second to figure out where on the screen it was, but it did have one. Yeah. I'm sold, but not 100% sold. I don't know, but now that I've ridden one, I at least have an idea. So if I do decide to buy one, I mean, this one's listed for a pretty good price. So I wouldn't be surprised if it went at some point. But it's also been around for a couple of weeks. It's been weeks now. Yeah, you know, it's been there. But I mean, with that particular one that they have there with 1,800 miles on it, and all that stuff. Yeah, the crash bars, the high and low crash bars, that big giant luggage rack on the back, and then like the racks for panniers and stuff. It is a pretty nice package. The only thing I would need is wider pegs now, but I can just get different mounts for my current ones and just put them on that bike.
Well, yeah, I could just pull them off of like mine, but then like, yeah, I'd say the only thing you really need for that bike to be ready is like one, if you're like me, like with my body build, like I would need like maybe another inch or two on the rise on the handlebars, those foot pegs, and then some new tires. Like,
and then
those stock tires that Emerson reported using are not the best, but.
And then I also wasn't the biggest fan of like the shape of the windscreen, but that's something I can probably like fix or replace.
Or you get over it because it's a
or
nice
you just get
bike.
used to it. Yeah. But it just has this like weird cone shape, and I just thought it just looks awkward like sitting behind it. It looks fine from the front, but like sitting in the cockpit, I'm just like, why is it shaped so interesting? But that's a non-issue.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then finally the Goldwing, which the cream of the crop, the top of the top. It
has all the buttons, like heated grips.
It has a billion buttons on it. It's got as many buttons as a fucking car. And 1833 cc, flat 6 engine. This is one of the smoothest engine I have ever had on the motorcycle. It beats out so many of the even car engines.
Yeah, so I rode it first.
Yep.
And like I was telling, because you're like flipping through like this bike's like, oh, is this going to be the bike, my future bike? Am I going to replace the Tiger with this? I'm like, Gleb, this thing feels so weird, but like it's so big, but I'm in control of everything.
Yeah.
Like even slow speed, it didn't take any getting used to. That bike just balanced.
Oh, I absolutely loved it. It sounded awesome. It sounded like, I don't know, the best way to describe it is like a V6 car.
And that's with stock exhaust.
And that's with a stock exhaust.
Yeah.
Like it was quiet, but also had like kind of this grunt to it, like like this low.
It sounded like a car.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like picture a V6 car. That's exactly what it sounded like. The curb weight of it is 847 pounds. This is a heavy bike,
it is.
But you don't really feel the weight. Even getting it off the kickstand did not feel that heavy.
It's so low too.
It is very low to the ground.
I think that's one that really helped with it. But being almost 850 pounds, that's a lot of power or a lot of metal between your legs.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But yeah, we started like riding on it, and even the slow speed stuff. It's like I feel at home. Like I just felt balanced. Like I feel like a cop on this thing. It's so. It
felt so like, for how big and heavy it is, it felt incredibly easy to ride, and it's got a ton of power.
Tons actually.
Like
for
it
how
just
big
keeps
it is.
going.
Like it's not fast by any means.
It's not fast, but it's smooth, and even getting it up to like 70 miles an hour
took nothing.
But also at 70 miles an hour, you're just like, it's just gliding. There's no like buzzing, vibration, too much noise. It's just like a steady low RPM cruising.
Yeah. Well, I even like made a comment to Morgan. I'm just like, maybe it was a mistake like getting on the Ducatis first, because I'm going to go get on a Goldwing. He's like, you're going to like the Goldwing.
I really liked it.
Sure enough, I'm like,
I really liked it. It's just kind of like out there bike, because I probably won't buy one ever, unless maybe if I'm like an old guy and I want to ride, maybe in that case.
No, I think I saw my future of my riding future when I'm an old man. I think I'm going to have a Goldwing, because I had a blast on that thing.
I really enjoyed it, and it was kind of cool because they have that like wishbone suspension up front. And you can kind of see the shocks, like the suspension like
the
almost
cockpit
moving.
while you're riding.
Yeah, so it's really it's kind of cool, and it just feels like it just feels so like massive and commanding sitting in that thing, because you're just surrounded by like, it's got speakers built in, it's got a giant screen in the middle, which does support Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and it's got the two, like the tack on one side, the speedometer on the other side. It feels like a car cockpit almost with how big it is. And like it's fully, like you're fully enclosed in it. It's got an electronically adjustable windscreen,
that one,
which is really sweet.
Yeah, that bike made me feel like, it's like I feel like I'm in like a Star Wars like speeder or something.
Yeah.
Like it just
it felt it was just like,
I liked it a lot.
It was just like a fun, unique opportunity to try something that we've like never really tried in that class of bike before.
No, and I would actually be curious. Maybe I'll look this up later to see like if there's like stock or like custom exhausts. I want to hear what that bike sounds like with some notes.
Oh yeah, I bet it would sound phenomenal if you really like kind of.
Well, even when we were doing our slow speed stuff, like in a parking lot, I could get a full standing position on the Goldwing too, and it was comfortable. Like
it was.
Why am I standing on the Goldwing?
Such a unique it was a fun opportunity to be able
Yeah.
to ride. Like, it was just cool to check out something that's like vastly different than what bikes we've previously ridden before.
Like the peak of creature comforts.
Oh, 100%. It even has a reverse.
Yeah, we got to
gear.
try. We actually got to put a motorcycle in a reverse gear today.
And it's kind of weird because you don't use the throttle for it. You just hit reverse, and there's like this little like trigger you press with your thumb.
Yeah, so you go to neutral, then you hit the reverse button, and then it has that little like. If you've ridden on a 4-wheeler, it's like that kind of a throttle almost.
Yeah. And it's is it electronic? Because I don't think
it sounds electronic.
Yeah,
because
it
didn't
has
sound
like a little buzz to it.
It was like whee. It sounded like a Tesla backing up almost.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I guess that makes sense with a bike that heavy. You might want a little bit of an assist.
850 pounds. Yeah, you can't back that thing out.
But once you get it moving, that weight just pretty much disappears.
Yeah, even in the turns too, it's still pretty flickable for how heavy it was. And you're just going into it.
You barely feel the road on it.
Yeah,
it's just gliding over like every bump, every little thing.
Well, we both mentioned it because I said it when we were riding. It's just like going into a lean. Just like I think I'm gonna scrape. Like my feet feel really low to the road.
It's so low.
Yeah, you're like, oh yeah, I do feel that, and I just love that I could stand up on this bike too.
It was just so cool to try out like a bike that is vastly different than what we've tried before.
Yeah,
it
is good to try new things.
Like it's funny because like we've ridden the Rocket 3, which has a 2500 cc,
which I love,
which is even bigger than this. Like it's 800 cc's bigger than this, 700 cc's bigger, which is insane.
Yeah.
We've ridden the Diavel, which is I think is 1600, 1200 cc.
See, don't quote me on that.
Yeah,
but I forget.
A lot of cc's.
Yeah,
but those feel more like driving like a muscle car. Like a big hunky muscle car. It's heavy, it's fast, it's loud. This felt like driving like you're in like a Lexus or something like that.
It's very cushy.
Very cushy, very plush, very quiet, no buzzing whatsoever, no vibrations.
It had enough of the scoop in the back too. Like it gave you a little bit of back support, but it didn't like scoop your balls up and crush you. Yeah, it just felt good.
It just was so comfortable to ride in. This is like a plush old person sedan versus like a Dodge Challenger.
I think when I get old, I think I'm gonna have to get a Goldwing because holy cow.
And now I'm very curious to try out like the BMW, like the K1600 BMW, because that's also a 6-cylinder, like 1800 cc BMW bike. And I think like Kawasaki and Yamaha, they kind of have their own versions of that, kind of like high displacement touring bikes and stuff. So it'd be kind of cool to try out like that class of bikes as well.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we usually
try out the
end
really
up with
big bikes. Yeah, we could try those out.
Because usually we end up like trying a lot of mainly adventure bikes and a few of the Bonnevilles and stuff like that. But yeah, overall it was a fun day. We're really planning on riding any bikes today.
I forgot. I was going to mention this to you too. Is that with the Goldwing, right? Because it's like I've had like the Rebel, you've had your Honda, and we've talked about like with the Norden and with the Norden, like just the finish on it, the fit and finish, right?
Yeah.
This Goldwing felt just as like
this feels like a high end bike.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything on it felt like not only did it have like the switch gear like on the left side where you can navigate like the giant screen that they have, it also has like all this stuff, all the controls for the screen in the middle.
Your fog lamps are in the middle.
There's like a little joystick in the wheel, like you can navigate the screen. It's insane. It's like the amount of like, arguably probably a little too much tech for a motorcycle to have. I mean, but it's like on their website they have it listed for 21,000 essentially. It's pretty much brand
150
new. It's 150 miles on it.
Yeah.
So it's essentially a new bike. It's not even broken in yet. And
actually.
And then you have like, I forgot where I was going with this. I mean, brand new, it is a pretty pricey bike, so all that tech does make sense. But it's also a motorcycle. I feel like it's kind of like that conundrum. Like, tech is cool, but how much of it is too much on a bike?
Well, that's why I felt like looking at everything, because all they really had was like it had the cruise control, it had like your fog lamps, and if you want the speakers and radio, if that's like what you're going for, because a lot of people who do want a bigger bike, like a Harley and Indian guys, they probably like those speakers if you're into that. But no, but even with the CarPlay, I'm sure it's probably got some sort of Bluetooth between you and your, so you can play your music and stuff, get it in your headset, not just the speakers.
Well, if it's, yeah, it's probably like just select the source. And
I thought it
like
was
that.
really cool, and
It was fun.
Nothing about it felt unnecessary for what the bike is made for.
Pretty much. But I would 100% ride cross country on that.
Oh,
it would
dude.
be so comfortable.
Well, and like, yeah, you don't. We didn't ride it very long, obviously,
No.
but like, dude, like I could see like you would not get tired on this thing.
No,
Even on
like
our
riding from here to Tahoe on that would be a vastly different experience than
Yeah.
it was on our bikes.
Oh, and like with the electronic windscreen too, it had like a little thing up front where you could hit a button and this little like vent or something would come up. So I'm guessing like if you lowered the windscreen, it forces the air.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
That's the only thing I could think of what that was for.
Yeah, I know. I saw it there, but I didn't like actually fiddle with it and see.
Well, we didn't ride it long enough for me to feel because I was really wondered
No.
like if I lowered the windscreen and then had that open,
Like
if
a
it was
little
just
spoiler almost.
Yeah, or it's gonna like force ram
Yeah.
air like on your chest to cool you down or something.
Had heated grips. I think it had a heated seat as well. Surprisingly, no quick shifter though. I wouldn't be surprised if that's an option, but I feel like for a bike this expensive, it should already come.
Yeah,
with
I
one.
could. Yeah,
They do also have them available in the DCT variant.
Yeah.
Their dual clutch transmission, which we've talked about before. Is I know there's gonna be diehard motorcycle fans out there. Is like, oh, manual only. Like motorcycle should
there's
only
gonna be
have
people
manual.
who could benefit
But,
from
yeah,
DCT.
Yeah,
so.
there's a lot of people that I feel like, especially probably in this demographic, that would buy this bike, or if they're like an older crowd where they might have a harder time operating a clutch and a foot pedal and stuff. I think it's nice to have that option of having a DCT so people can keep riding longer.
Yeah. No, and I was actually very pleasantly
It was a
surprised.
really cool bike.
I was, we were doing it for the memes initially. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, let's try a Goldwing. We've never tried a Goldwing. And like,
Exactly.
oh shit, actually, these Goldwings are really fun.
This is really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that bike. But ultimately, between all the 4 bikes that we rode today, that V2 holds a special place in my heart.
Yeah, it is actually kind of weird to think that.
That is the most characterful, like, fun bike
lot
that
of
I've
fun.
ridden in a long time.
Yeah.
And I absolutely loved it. But yeah, thank you so guys so much for listening.
Yeah, and also thanks to Morgan and Jesus and Jay, really just Eurosports Utah.
Thank you so much for hooking us up with some test rides. We'll just drop it in there.
Well, and all the
Just for
bikes.
fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, and all the bikes that we rode, they're for sale, and they'll
so if
take
you guys,
care of you.
If you guys are in Utah and you want to buy a bike, like Eurosports Utah, there are some good folks over there.
Yep.
So anyways, once again, thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye.